Hi, this morning we're going to be putting together the 96 Bottle Instant Cellar. And first of all, you're going to get it in two boxes. One with a top and one without. So in the first box, it's going to come with a top like this. It's going to come with 4 cross pieces. And I'll just come back to that in a minute. A box of screws, 5 center type ladders that have the bottle rests on both sides, and 2 ladders that have the bottle rests just on one side. So again, we have 4 cross pieces in total, but I want to bring your attention to these ones. These are the cross pieces that connect one wine rack to the other, and you'll notice it has two holes parallel to each other. And in addition, they have holes to attach the top. I wanted to point out that there's one end of ladders that have a long distance between the end and the first bottle rest, and that denotes that is the top of the wine rack. The short one, the short distance, denotes that it is the bottom of the wine rack. Okay, so now we're going to take the narrow ladder, now we're going to take the narrow cross piece, the one that has only the single screws in it, and we're going to attach it to the bottom of the outside ladder, which, as again, only has the bottle rest on one side. And we're just going to line up the bottom of the cross piece with the bottom of the wine rack ladder. And we're going to repeat this for the 2 outside ladders and the 5 inside ladders. Okay, so we've just completed putting in the ladders into the first cross piece, and we're going to now take the wider cross piece and attach it to the top of the wine rack, but noting that only one of these screws goes into the top of the wine rack. So that completes putting on the top cross piece. Just gently turn the wine rack over and repeat the process on the other side. Okay, so and I want to bring your attention to the cross piece, and I want you to note how half of it is attached to the bottom wine rack and the other half will be attached to the top wine rack. And that's the next step. We're going to now make the top wine rack. Again, just taking a couple minutes. Okay, so now we have the contents for the top wine rack out here. And you'll notice that it'll come with 4 cross pieces. You will not need these 2 narrow cross pieces. Just put those aside. And we're going to come back and in a few minutes here and show you how to attach the top. Okay, so I want to bring your attention to, before we start assembling the top wine rack, to the cross pieces that we're going to be putting along the top of the wine rack. And I want you to make sure that the big hole on the edge is pointing down. That's where you're going to be putting in a screw to later attach the top. So I'm just going to attach this right now. Alright, so now we've attached the wide cross piece, again with the large holes on the edge pointing down, and we're gently going to move the wine rack to the other side and repeat those steps. Okay, so now we've finished putting on the cross pieces for the top of the wine rack, and we're going to now insert the bottom of this wine rack into the notches of the wine rack that we created earlier and screw them together. Okay, so now we've completed attaching the 2 wine racks together, And the final step is to now attach the top. Okay, so this is the final step. And we've just turned this upside down just so that you can see more clearly how to attach the top. You'll remember that these bigger holes are in the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to put a screw into the large hole, and it's going to go through the cross piece and into the top. Okay, so we're just finishing it off. We're just putting in the last screw, and now it's one single piece. And of course, you can just flip it over, and you're done. It took only a few minutes.